Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. Hello. Ahoy. It's Marooned. I've saved your place in the sand next to me. We're back for our fourth voyage. Joining me as always on the deck of the Cameroon's Revenge, getting ready to talk about what makes the world what and how we feel about it. My two friends and confidants. Give it up for Chi and C Win. How you doing, my friends?
It's beautiful. What day is it?
Sunday, but you wouldn't guess by looking at the sky.
More like a cloud day, huh?
Yeah, it's cloud day.
Yeah, cloud day.
7th day of the week.
Yeah, right after Noodle Day and Hasta la Pasta.
Hasta la pasta.
Wednesday is Hasta la Pasta. It's the hump day. It's the hardest day. Therefore, that's why you go ahead and get your meatballs ready for Friday.
How else can you have Friday if you don't eat your meat?
You can't have a proper Friday without a good dosage of meat and pasta. Everyone knows that. Speaking of pasta, remember this, folks. The wonderful thing about lasagna is there is no such thing as another lasagna. Every lasagna is the same lasagna, no matter which way you stack it, no matter which way you place it, whether they're side by side, whether they're chopped up, whether they're in a tray, whether they're in trays next to each other. All lasagna is eventually meant to be part of the same lasagna. Whether it's made with a different meat, made with a different cheese, lasagna is lasagna, and will layer with another lasagna in some sort of way. That being said, find your layer, fit into the lasagna, make it a wonderfully unique dish, and love yourselves. That being said, and since I'm now hungry, we should really get this thing going. So, my friends, how's it been for you?
Alive with alacrity and all that. And some alliteration. You see what I did there?
I do see what you did. I literally see what you did there. Now, I've noticed. We talk a lot about feelings, emotions, and thoughts. But, we really need to start zeroing in on a couple of things if we're ever going to get anywhere on bringing folks together, I think.
Yeah.
And since there are a couple of root things that we happen to have some personal experience in, I figured the best way for our audience to feel comfortable sitting here with us is to get to know a little bit about us. Where we came from, how we saw things, right? But I'm not just going to give them the origin stories just yet, because that's too easy.
Hard mode activated.
Dads. Every one of us has had one. Dads. Even though we might not know them. Dads. How can we improve them?
Dads. Before we go any further, let's be dads. I beat you to that one.
Hey, man, no, I was trying to let you have some. I was trying to let you have some space.
Yeah.
But if we're going to go any further, when we bring it up, how do we improve them? I mean, for a lot of people, they're like, what? There's nothing to improve, man. My old man, my best friend. I learned everything there was from my old man. Well, good. We're not talking to you, mate. I'm glad. In fact, leave a comment down below. Have you had an experience with your father that shaped you for the better and that you think is a positive thing that you would teach to your children? Hell, tell us the story. That'd be awesome, actually. I'd love to get that perspective.
But that ain't what's going on today.
That's not what's going on today, and that ain't what went on for me, Jack.
It's bombs over bad dads today.
Bombs over bad dads, indeed. B.O.B. The episode is Bob.
Fluffy Bob.
Everyone's favorite cat-like blob, man. I miss that cat. Anyway, while we're talking about the dad, you being a new one, my dear friend C-Win,
Yep.
you know I like to poke at you about your burgeoning new family. Are you trying to be the father you had or the father you always wish you had?
You know, incidentally, now technically I've had two dads. I had the one that made me and the one that raised me. And incidentally, I don't think I took either of them in consideration for how I would be a dad. Cause I figured the only right way to be a dad for my kid is the way that's right for my kid.
Forging your own fatherhood, eh?
Yeah. I'm writing it as I go, as opposed to saying, I got to do it this way or that way. Just look, see, what do you need, baby? Oh, okay, and then do that.
Well, you know how I am about consulting old books for current issues.
All too well. Especially considering the book that you had to read.
Oh, the Delectable Negro?
Oh, not that. We didn't think about that one.
Yeah, I'm still reading that one. Gut-wrenching stuff, I gotta tell you, man. Now that is eye-opening.
Oh.
Yeah.
If any a book should ever have been titled Burn After Reading.
I'm pretty sure the last line of the book is, this message will self-destruct at this point. I don't think I'm allowed to know the things that are in this book.
Why? Why would you do this to people?
Dude, look, we're gonna be real. We're gonna be blunt on this show a lot of the times, guys, and we'll get to the Delectable Negro episode when we get to it, because I'm gonna have to share this with you. It's gonna be an incredible book review, I promise you.
And it's a real book, people. No doubt
Absolutely,
about it.
it's a real book.
No doubt about it.
I will happily put a link to it for you to find it yourself. Join me in reading it. Tell me what your opinion on it is, because it is a strange journey, yet very true. And I'm always down for a strange and true journey. Once again, the title, The Delectable Negro. Just type it in. Amazon, I believe it even has it on there. If I can find it on there, I'll give the link to you. Educate yourself so you don't come yelling at me and calling me a liar later. That being said, now we're over here talking about dads, and you said you're forging your own way, which is smart. But what would you say is something that was lacking from those paternal figures in your life that you're applying?
Oh, presence. Because you had one that wasn't there because he wasn't there, and whatever the circumstances may be, it's irrelevant. But my father that raised me, he was working all the time. Like, he wanted to make sure we were provided for and things like that, which often meant that he was at work for long periods of time, and then when he got home, he was resting. So it's like the times that we did have together were great or whatever. Had no complaints about those whatsoever, and I learned independence in the midst of it. But that FaceTime is important too. So I've kind of built my life around making sure I could do what I need to do while still being able to prioritize that FaceTime.
That's actually pretty dope, man. That's really dope. Now, I'm going to make sure that this stays online no matter what, so that if you ever do start to neglect that sweet bean, I'm going to loop this for you incessantly outside your window with a boombox over my head, right?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I got you, my friend. You know me. Excessive levels of maintaining of integrity.
Oh, I'm going to get them Save the Last Dance style. Baby, I ain't seen nothing but your back since they were born.
Oh, Lord. But since you've decided to pipe up, Chi, you had quite the affectionate fatherhood experience, didn't you?
Oh, yes. He told me all the time he was so excited that he finally had one that he could take directly home from the hospital.
Interesting. Your dad was real attentive, real kind to you, right? Spent a lot of time with you. That's not a very common thing in our community, unfortunately, is it?
Unfortunately is absolutely the best word for that, yes.
So what would you say are a few examples, maybe? I don't know. What would you say that the emotions of most men go to? Like, if it's not going to their kids, and it doesn't go to their spouses a lot of the time in our community, then, where do you think it goes?
It really never made sense to me, but they're barbers half the time.
They're barbers, you say?
Yeah, man, I used to see jokes all the time. Your girl and your barber drowning, which one you saving? Half of the comment section was full of, gotta look fresh for her funeral, gotta save my boy.
But, whoa, wait.
I found this from the annals of social media. You know I can't be making this up.
No, stop! No! Damn it! Damn it! I told you before. Stop! going there.
How else am I supposed to know what's going on in Clown World?
What do you mean what you're supposed to know what's going on in Clown World? If there's bullshittery going on in Clown World, that does not need to mean that we need to be knee-deep in clown foolery every friggin' time you decide to go and get yourself educated on the ways of the folk down below.
Well, how else would I have found any of these gems? Broke up with my barber after 11 years because he lacks professionalism. Found another good one that ended after a year and a half for the same reason. Found another good one and it was over within a month. Ladies, I'm with y'all. I hate men too. Over somebody he pays to cut his hair.
Wait.
Why, yes, there is more.
There's more?
Oh, buddy is there.
Hey, look, I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, Chief.
Hey, Chief don't sound too bad. Throw a war in front of that and you got me. Done deal. See, look at that. That's what you call compromise, folks. We keeps it rolling around here. Anyway, so you were saying you've got more of these gems. Let's see if we can't juggle these polished turds you found and make them into gold.
My barber of 8 years left to travel with his international band or whatever, making 6 figures or something. So I was out here jumping from chair to chair to chair like a whore for 2 years. He got the nerve to hit me up because COVID shut him down and he back. So I'm gonna go see what's up.
You know, if you'd swap barber out for... Actually, do that. Do that again. Do that again, but just read it like a girl really upset. Like an upset, well, please, go for it.
My boyfriend of 8 years left to go travel with his international band or whatever, making 6 figures or something. So I'm out here jumping from relationship to relationship like a whore for 2 years. He got the nerve to hit me up because COVID put it back in our hometown. I'm gonna go see what's up though. Got the spend the night bag ready and everything.
All I'm saying is, had the tides been turned, people would have been like, nah, you need to let that man go, making all that money, he's just living his dream. And then somebody else would be on the other side of the fence really upset that she was about to go running back, though. That was a hell of a romantic story. If anything, I say these dudes have something going here. They finally cracked the code. They know how to have an intimate relationship. They just seem to want them with the man that does their hair. I need further evidence, however, before I conclude my theory. Do go on.
Oh, I got a good one. My barber of 14 years retired at 33 because he was going through a midlife crisis and didn't want to miss out on enjoying his money. He literally told me he had too much money to be cutting his hair. I've been depressed for 3 years now. I deserve better than that.
It sounds like these niggas are joking on purpose. Like it's being written intentionally to sound like relationship shit. Is this one of those threads, or are these ones that people just randomly found and then compiled?
Let's go back to what the start of this was.
Yeah, because there's emojis. What kind of emojis are those?
Now hold on a second.
Hold on.
Now wait a minute.
Listen, you would have had me if we were talking about that one thread that was supposed to be a safe space for men who got their souls took.
Oh goodness!
In 5 seconds or less.
Look, we did find that Afropunk article about how the barbershop is a place of intimacy for... What was the direct description that the lady used?
You were reading it.
Oh, for the cis-het
black males. Yeah, that.
It's an outlaw.
Oh yeah.
Stowaway.
By the way, shout outs to Ninth Gutter, the only outlaw I fucks with. Fantastic guy. I love his motive. Burn it down indeed. I'm all about that, in fact. Purging the rot. That's my whole thing. Heavy flamers, yo. My 40K fans out there. The non-fashy 40K fans, that is.
Why is there fascism in your video games?
Well, tabletop games. Also, because fascists are admittedly fun to shoot at, I will give you that. I'm actually okay with Nazis being in video games. I get to shoot at Nazis. That's a great feeling. That's kind of cathartic. Who wouldn't want to take out some of the most evil people to ever exist?
They're like the default target. Like,
they really are.
If you don't know what else to put in your game to shoot at, there you go.
But I do gotta wonder, man, the emotion these dudes are investing, even if it is them joking, you gotta admit, that's a lot of effort.
Especially if that was a joke, now that you've put it that way.
It takes
Why
some
did he
creativity.
think that hard into making a romantic situation out of a relationship with his barber?
I mean, when
It's
you,
actually not that hard with that type of humor.
Do y'all like sex, or do you just miss physical intimacy? How many of y'all out there are starved for human affection? I need to know now.
do you think they get their hairline trimmed up and the emotional buildup from that is what makes them go home and please their women better? Do you think these men are unironically in these weird pseudo-polyamorous relationships with their barber and their girls, which is why they take slights from their barbers so personally? Are we dealing with some weirdly repressed homoeroticism? Is this why they don't wash their asses?
Because there's nothing more
There
homoerotic than
wasn't-
using a rag.
There was an entire
according to
post
some.
about that where it's like, no, man, that's gay. Washing your ass is gay. I had to tell my girl I don't wash my ass because that's what gay dudes do. And I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Hey, there's an outlaw just outside the door. Sir, do you wash your ass?
Vigorously.
This man said, what?
Vigorously.
Oh my God! Vigorous hygienics?
For men?
What? It's almost like I don't have a Dr. Squat subscription, which I totally do, by the way.
Dr. Squatch.
Oh
Shout
my
out to
God,
Dr.
Dr.
Squatch.
Squatch is the damn truth. I don't think I've ever felt cleaner in my life. It's fantastic, man.
When we talk about Dr. Squatch, I feel like the lady on In Living Color. You better not never say nothing bad about Dr. Squatch.
Man,
Lord knows.
I'm telling you,
Dr. Squatch.
if I ever was a man of faith, Dr. Squatch would be the thing that brought me back, damn it. I'm just saying. It's that damn good. That is a heavenly level of clean that I think every man should achieve. And if you do neglect your ass to that degree, what Looney Tune is actually out here believing that skid marks makes you a man? I need to know so that we can help you. I will buy you some soap myself. I'll bring you the rag and the soap myself, my guy. There's nothing shameful about that. But it's weird that as much as they will get like really defensive about things like that kind of emotion, that's totally okay. That kind of polarized aggression about something like their hygiene, that's okay. Their barber scheduling another appointment? Devastation!
Deception.
His girl left him? Meh.
You got the armor up.
You can replace her. Barbers forever.
Barbers are forever.
At least that's what they want you to believe, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man.
They won't leave in the night.
Luckily for me, I'm a bit locked up, so I don't have to worry about such strange intimacies.
Except with the chick that twists your hair.
True. Hair Wizard is a really cool person. But I also don't get emotionally attached to Hair Wizard either. Like, she comes over, she works her magic, she twiddles her fingers, everything's banging, Sideshow Bob feels healthy and renewed, I'm looking dope, she gets paid, she rolls off, end of story. There's no like, you know what, I don't know what I'd do without him. My hair is my life, therefore, my barber's my life. You know what I mean? That's a weird level of dedication. Granted, I guess I can be like that about it because locks ain't cheap to maintain, so of course you're going to do a good job. I paid you.
You might be on to something. Is your barber only good to you? Because you paying this motherfucker?
Did you guys ever think of that? All that emotion that you're sinking into a barber, and you're paying the man. Of course he's kissing your ass.
They're a lot like strippers now that I think about it. Like,
Yeah, now you just
type
got
of
a
dancing.
dude, like for the guys that do dump their emotions on their barber, now you just got a dude that knows all your weaknesses, knows your kryptonite, and you're his bitch every 2 weeks.
Oh, just turn the clippers on one time, please.
If you want them clippers, you've got a tippers.
But gee, I appreciate you giving us that bit of perspective over there. How do we change that? You, as a father, Chris, how do you want to see it get normalized? Showing affection to your kids. And, oh, by the way, the outlaw wants to chime in, he can anytime.
Because he is.
Because, I mean, you are a father.
That's a pappy.
That's a pappy.
That's the matter of fact, come get this shit.
Yeah, get over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, stolen away on the Cameroon's revenge. None other than Ninth Gutter Outlaw Extraordinaire.
The pappy.
Yeah, he the pappy so much he's got enough ammo to reload his revolver about 3 times over at this point, man.
Indeed.
But you've gone forth and multiplied and done so quite successfully. But you're a very passionate man.
Especially about my family.
Are you more open with your kids than your father was with you?
Yes. Very much so.
That's all it takes, man. So if you were to see things change from how it's normalized now, where a father isn't very affectionate, what is it that you would like to see become more normal, my friend?
You have to normalize intimacy.
How so?
You can't have your kids afraid to give their father a hug or be told that I love them or see me actually kissing their mother and think that's ill. It's normal.
Right. So normalize affection, let them be able to see affection between their parents and let them be able to see what happiness looks like and not shame them for showing it.
Exactly.
That's a wise man.
Makes for well-adjusted kids.
Oh, absolutely. Turns out that maladjusted adults yearn to make sure their kids are, in fact, well-adjusted.
Go figure.
I know, right? It's almost like we're picking up the pieces.
That's what Mavericks do, right?
Oh, yeah, man. It's that madness that drives us forward at all times. Unity is the goal, but it's going to be a mad dash, man. Shit's crazy. I've never seen a shotgun make a perfect pattern so many times in a row, but... Chris, my dude, man.
Yeah.
What would you like to see change? How are you as a father going to make it different?
Well, I always say you got to be the change you want to see in the world. And, I have friends and family and, people who aren't fathers yet who would like to be fathers. And if I can be of some contribution to the world such that there's opportunities and things out there that allow them to be able to take care of themselves and their families and things like that and still have the time to actually spend time with them and be with them, then by all means, that would be my contribution to the world. Just creating an environment where you can be a dad, you can not be so stressed that you don't have anything left for your children or your wife or whatever your situation may be. You have more than enough left to share with them and know why it is that you're working so hard in the first place.
It would be nice for fathers to be able to have that level of transparency with their kids, wouldn't it? It's like, yeah, he's working a lot, but he's working a lot for us, and we're able to see that, and it doesn't make him appear less great because we see that he might be tired. I feel like a lot of times fathers try to mask what they're going through because they don't want to appear weak. But showing your humanity isn't weakness. In fact, that takes a whole different level of strength, if you ask me.
Yep. So it's not the norm in this place where we've landed, but it is possible to get the best of both worlds, where you can work hard and still have energy when you get home because you were doing something that you love and it didn't take all damn day to do it.
Absolutely. So what about you, Quartermaster? What is it that you'd like to see changed amongst men, amongst fathers?
I think our outlaw touched on a lot of great talking points that I tend to bring up, but I would love for it to be normalized across the board. For big people to talk to little people. And by little people, I mean kids, because they're little people. When you explain things to them on their level, they tend to get it.
You mean slapping them first isn't the correct response?
No.
Oh,
Fancy that.
Another interesting thing in the gold mines of clown world. Another very typical picture from any barbershop. An upset little boy at his first haircut. Now, I've seen a little boy as young as 6 months get his haircut, and it'd be perfectly fine. Why? Because someone was there with him, reassuring him that the loud thing on top of his head wasn't going to cut his actual head off.
I got my ass beat. It was at my uncle's barbershop, actually.
Uncle was a barber?
Yeah. My father took me to him to get my first haircut, and apparently, I was not having it. I was not having it so much that my uncle popped me. And after my uncle popped me, then I didn't want him to touch me, so then I got my ass beat in the bathroom. But my little flat top was rather popping, though. I did see the picture that I got taken afterwards, and you know what?
You're like, damn, I was fresh.
I was fresh. But I don't think it was worth the ass whooping.
The cost to be fresh.
But you know, if there's one thing that I could change, my friends, it would be, and if you don't mind, a long time ago, I used to sit in my window, right there in the kitchen, from Friday night to Sunday night, just waiting. And I know what you might be thinking, waiting on what? Why would you spend your entire weekend waiting? Because if I left that spot, that was going to be it. I wouldn't call. Because you see, one time I did call, but I called too many times apparently. See, he was real upset when he got home and saw a bunch of voicemails, and apparently his girlfriend heard that his son had been looking for him all day that Easter. She was upset. I'm guessing she was upset because he let me know that she had left, and I need to stop being such a little bitch and stop calling him. That he'd get to me when he got to me. So from that weekend on, I would sit in front of that window and I would not fucking move. Because man, oh man, I couldn't call him. If I called him, he'd be mad. If I called him, then he definitely wasn't going to come. But if he didn't see me waiting there for him, how do you know that, I was there? I know I wasn't the only one sitting there for 2 days. And oh man, I'm saying dry spells on dry spells on dry spells. I mean, like, would not show up. 1 month, 2.
6.
Mama tells him, baby, you want to go play? You want to go outside? No. Granny couldn't get me to do shit. Except for sit on that footstool and wait. But you couldn't tell me he was a piece of shit for anything either. I wouldn't believe it.
That's right. Because Dad's hero,
Couldn't
right?
believe it. I just could not believe it because hanging out with me was so frustrating and so annoying. But he would put up with me anyway. He couldn't be a bad person. Man, he thought it was so annoying how I didn't like killing the fish whenever we go fishing. He used to think that was real annoying, and you know what? I could see that being real frustrating. Your kid not wanting to eat every damn fish that he catches. So then, this dad goes, all right, you don't want to kill the fish? Well, you're going to have to take care of the fish. Kid says, okay. So this kid goes to a yard sale, buys an aquarium, fills it with lake water, gets it good and safe, and then puts his fish in there, and he takes care of those fish for a whole month. This was great. I was spending time with him finally. And he was letting me do this real responsible thing. Okay, so some of the other fish got eaten, but not these two. One Saturday morning, I'm sitting there watching Rocco. All I hear is, "Hey!" I look up. There's my two fish. In a plastic bag. Held up over my dad's head. And he goes, "They got fat as fuck. I appreciate you." Throws them in the freezer. Locks it. And goddamn it, even after that, I'd sit there and wait. Because I was that annoying. I was so annoying that I made him have to do that to me. To teach me that when I say something's food, that means it's food. And when I say you shouldn't care about something, you shouldn't care about it. I realized I was an annoying kid. And god damn it, if I'm gonna change anything, I'm gonna change that every little boy feels like he's so annoying that he deserves to be treated that way. You saw your son had a passion for animals, taking care of things. So you murdered something that he was taking care of. Doesn't matter if it was a fish. It was his fish. And I say his fish because I'm not that little boy anymore. But I know that that little boy is out there somewhere, right now. And he's dealing with a very cruel situation. And it shouldn't be like that. His one emotional outlet shouldn't be his barber one day when he tells him about how his daddy killed his fish or sold his dog because he failed a test, some sick shit like that. He shouldn't have to internalize that much self-hatred to rationalize a parent's neglect. If anything, man, I'd just like to change that. I just like little boys to understand that some things they can't control. I'd like fathers to understand that, yo man, you're not perfect. And if you're not willing to learn from your mistakes, and if you're not willing to learn from the pain of your past, you're only going to pass it on. And I think if we figure those little things out, I think if we let little boys actually talk, if we let little boys do more than just kill everything they catch, if we let them create, if we let them think, then maybe we'd stop being little shitheads. Because I'd love it. I'd love it if more men our age were not shitheads. I really would. But we can't keep blaming how we grew up. We have to change how we raise the guys coming up now. I know what was done to me. I'm not going to let it happen to anyone else. I'm damn sure not going to do it to the children that I make. I'm Captain Flint. C-Win, CJ, anything to say to our dear fandom before we head on out?
Be good to each other. And be kind to yourselves. Drink your water, take your meds. You knew I was going to say it.
Appreciate all the good dads out there. And educate the ones who aren't so good, because you don't know what kind of kid they were and what kind of father they had. And on that note, the views and opinions expressed on this program are strictly those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of any associated brand or figure. Love you. Peace.
Make sure to like, subscribe. We'll be back with you with another episode of Marooned. Once again, I'm Captain Flint. Your spot in the sand is here, my friends.